Richie V here, and I'm playing a game called What Remains of Edith Finch. The game is basically you just exploring the Finch house, and as you come into certain rooms, you get these stories about the people that lived in those rooms. So it's not like a normal game where you're fighting and shooting and doing all the fun stuff. It's actually the name that's sort of been given to games like this is a walking simulator, because you just walk around and you get a story. And the story, how good the game is usually dependent on how good the story is. So let's just start a new game here. Start a new game and let's just play it. Let's see what this game's all about. Are you sure? Yes. We're starting a new game. I think I got the audio levels right. And we get the opening credits. Now, I grew up in Washington State, and this is where the game takes place, although this is a little bit north of where I grew up. And you just kind of look around. This is Puget Sound here. In fact, it says up there, Puget Sound ferry lines right there. Now let's take a look at down here. Let's open up the book.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
And there we have the house. That's not mysterious looking at all. I have to admit, I do like the scenery.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
I grew up playing in woods just like this. Ah, mailbox. Let's look inside.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
7 years. See that? Again, you just get little bits of
I
stories.
hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Just little bits of story as we go. Apparently the house has been abandoned for about 7 years.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Okay.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
There is the Finch's placard with little finches on it. In fact, I think I knew somebody named Finch when I was living on Field Street. There are two paths. I don't think it matters which path he goes through. I'm just going to go down here. Okay. Let's keep going.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
Got ourselves an old wheelbarrow. All right. And there's the missing. It says missing there. All right. Just little details they've added to try to add some atmosphere. Got a basketball hoop up there, an old truck. And there's
the house. Was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
All right, there's the house.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Yeah, I like this. It's like a slide that kids would play on, but in the shape of a dragon. It's kind of cool. Let's go up the steps.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay. Well, let's try that key out.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
All right. Well, let's take a look.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Got a nice little bench here. Okay, just kind of look around. And like I said, when people do these games, there's lots of little details, and some of it isn't important to the story necessarily. It just adds to the atmosphere, like right here. It's just saying, somebody liked to garden, and then you can see right down here the plants and stuff that they must have planted. So there's some details that went into making this game. To make it feel like a real house that real people lived in. And we're going to go around to the side. Okay, and we got a garage here. Yep, I've had some of those too, those wind chimes. Pretty much look just like that too. Recycle. Alright, let's take a look out here.
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Okay. So let's take a look inside the garage, see what we got.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Yes. I like this little detail here. My grandpa had one of these in his garage. It lets you know to stop. It's like, okay, it's time to stop the car. Little safety device. Again, just little details. Nothing special. And these aren't story related. It's just little details. This is a lived-in house with people over there. With a lawnmower right there. Most of these old houses had workbenches like this. Right here. Here's just letting you know there was kids here. Swimming pool, little kids swimming pool. Okay. Fishing poles. Ah, let's try the light switch.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Okay, which was 7 years ago. Okay. We are going to go into the house. But before...
For the first time in years.
Alright, let's open up this door.
I felt like I was home.
I felt like I was home. Okay. We are now in the kitchen. Kitchen area. Like I said, I like looking at these little details. If you look, you'll see a lot of cookbooks. Made of Meat, The Pacific Pantry, Wild Feast, Hunter's Roast. Lots of food from the cannery. They must have had a hookup. A lot of these books are the same. It's just to let you know that somebody really liked to cook here.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Huh.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Here we go.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Edith, Edie, Don, and Louis. Huh. The loving memory of Louis Finch. Must be the brother that died 7 years ago. Again, I just like looking around. You know, that's kind of part of the fun of these games. All right, let's go to the dining room area. Wait, no pictures. Space Needle. Yes. Barbara Finch on a movie set. I don't know who that is, but they're at that workbench out there, it looks like. More books. Again, a lot of these books are just the same book. Like,
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
There's the ferry. Just letting you know they like to camp. You couldn't tell out in the garage they had like kayaks and fishing poles. So. Lots of logging in the Northwest. Anything else? Oh, there we go. Let's see here. More ferries. Okay, so that's Edie. Let's take a look at this the little thing right here.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Okay. Let me go back some. Let's take a look back here. We'll go back to the refrigerator for a second. There we go. Okay, so Edie is the older lady, and that's who is in that wheelchair thing. And Edith is the character that we hear talking. Edith. So she must have been named after the grandma. We have probably a mom right there. And Louis, the brother. Loving memory, Louis. Okay, so we have Louis, who appears to be dead. Grandma Edie, Edith, and Dawn. Okay. I'm just trying to get who's who. It's probably not important. I just like these little details. And if you were ever, grew up around the time I grew up, there was always the good furniture. I mean, the good furniture. The good silverware, the good plates that you broke out when your guests came. you know, this wasn't family dinnerware. This was for guests. Got a whale. All right, let's go inside here.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
If I can get around here. Is that St. Helens? I think that might be St. Helens because it looked sort of like an ice cream cone, but it could be Mount Rainier as well. I think that's the same picture that was on the wall back there. There's the kayak. They had a couple in the garage. Fireplace. Oh, listen to that. You can hear the wind through the flue. Flue or fluke? I'm not sure. It's the you open it and close it to let the smoke out of a fireplace. Eh. All right, no shinies over here. Let me go to the next area. Wow, lots of books. Okay, there's the shiny. Let's try to open this door.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay, what about this?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
There's a little finch on the shelf. Somebody collected bugs. Well, not bugs. Butterflies. What is in here? Oh, stairways. That was that basement. Back this way was the kitchen. Some of these pictures are the same. Here's the door right here. That we couldn't get open. Can we open it? No, we can't open it now.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Milton Finch. What's in here?
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Let's take a look inside.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
All right. I think that's everything to see downstairs. That must be Edie's. Let's head upstairs, see what's up. Oh, pictures. Any new ones?
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
All right. Well, let's take a look inside the peepholes. Not that I'm a peephole looker or anything like that.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Sven Hofstede Finch, 1915 to 1964. And, oh, I hit the wrong button. All right, let's get out of there. And Edie, 1917 to 2010. What's in here? It's Gregory's room.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
I have to admit, I wouldn't mind living in a house like this. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Another dead finch. Oh, look at that, a mouse. A couple mice. 1, 2, 3 mice. And a little door. She must like tails. Lots of tails. Okay, let's go in the door that's open. Little blue room. Look at how blue this is.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Okay.
Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
And there we go.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Come on. Oh, there we go.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Time to go through. Little cubby hole.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Bedbug. See, over there is the beast of nature, monsters of the deep. Ooh, Molly. Let's take a look in here.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's cool. Can we go in the bathroom? No. I'm assuming that's a bathroom. Might be a closet.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Okay, so this is a good stopping point. The video is about 20 minutes long, and we're about to get to Molly's story. So this is a good time to pause part 1, which is basically the introduction. You get to the house, you start learning a little bit about the family. Now we're getting to the point where we're going to learn the stories of the individual people within the house. And this first one is Molly's story. So when we come back next time for part 2, we will be doing Molly's story. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, press like and subscribe. And I hope you come back for part 2, which is Molly's story. Okay? This is Richie V signing off.